I have always been close to the ocean. I live here, in a place filled with beautiful beaches and lots of sun. But somehow we always long for what we have never had. There's a saying from Joan Muir that says, "The mountains are calling, and I must go." Well, they were calling me, and so I went. Back in fall, before the year ended, with months ahead of planning, I got to experience the beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains. We drove more than 10 hours to our first spot of a 6-day trip to Tennessee and North Carolina. After a long day of driving and thinking our Airbnb was a scam, we woke up to the beauty of Chattanooga, Tennessee. After 2 nights, we then drove to North Carolina, to a little town named Clyde, where our cabin was really high in the mountains, and each morning felt like waking up among the clouds. There's a funny story about this cabin. Since it was so high on the mountains and the little road that takes you right to the entrance of the house is really steep, my family was scared that it was going to be too much for the engine of our car to make such a drive so often. So, long story short, we spent the first day here hunting to rent a car. It was an adventure, but after a long day, we ended up with a 8 horsepower, which I got to drive. It took us to our biggest adventure yet on the next day, which was to summit one of the highest points in the Great Smoky Mountains. Three more minutes. We're at the top. It took us 8 hours to hike up and then down, but honestly, I could do this 1,000 times. up there, I kept thinking of how beautiful is our world and how perfectly crafted it is. It reveals the works of a diligent designer. So, this is the story of my first visit to the mountains. Truly, a call I will never forget. And I hope I get to receive it soon again.
Every time I go downtown, well, I end up in the slam.